Hello everyone, Dan Hendriksen here. Welcome back to the channel. We are at the beautiful Woburn Golf Club here today, and we're at the Titleist Performance Centre. I'm up here today to do a little fitting. My wedges have been a slight issue for me, and finding a gap between my 54-degree wedge and my pitching wedge has been a little bit tricky. I'm finding myself in that sort of range where I need to find something that might just fill that gap. Now, I've taken out a 50-degree wedge in times gone by, and I've put in more of a hybrid. Struggled with the hybrid a little bit, finding myself not using the hybrid quite as much. So I thought I'd come up here today, have a chat with Titleist and see if there's anything they could do to help me with this gapping. Let's go and meet up with Nick and see how we get on. Wedges. Yes. So I feel at the moment my gap between my pitching wedge and my 54-degree Vokey, it can be, I really have to step on my 54 to find that sort of 110 gap. To get that number. Yeah, to get that number right. And I find that sometimes taking a bit off I find myself in this position a lot more, let's say in the bottom end than the top end. Right, okay. So I feel that by putting a 50 or something along those lines in, is going to be more beneficial for my game. Sure. So basically we don't want to mess around with shorter swings, we just want a club that's going to hit that number and do the job for you. I think so, yeah. To get too okay, I don't feel like I've got enough practice time in me at the moment to kind of find that shorter shot in with that one, taking a bit off of it, if that makes sense. So absolutely. I feel like I want something I can hit normal, maybe give me the accuracy with that one from that. Good. So we can do that, definitely. Okay. So how do you want me to start? Do you want me just to warm up? Just loosen up with however you want to loosen up. Okay, I'll start off with the wedge. Or start off with the wedge, and then we'll take a few from there. Yeah. Do you know what? Actually, before you go, let me just double check the loft on it. Yeah, well, it was 47 when it came out of the box. we'll just bulletproof it. This is the great thing about it. Over here is obviously you've got the cart here set up. We can get instant feedback with how this wedge is performing just on the edge of the cart when you're hitting balls. It's so much better. So 62 line angle, so 2 degrees flat, and just a smidge over 47. So weaker than 47? Yeah. That would make sense, yeah. Okay. I knew I had 4 more yards out of this thing. Maybe it is. We'll check them. And what's your normal sort of shot shape there, Dan? What did you see it right to left, left to right? How do you? Yeah, I'm normally a sort of right to left player, I would say. Okay. Just a fraction, with not too much with wedges, but yeah. Scared to hit the ground? It's very good turf, isn't it? Everybody always says that. I don't want to take a divot. It's so nice. And on that note, are you much of a divot taker? I would say I'm a divot taker when I get nervous, but on the most part, I'm not. No. Okay. My wedges do finish right a lot. Okay. And that might be me. But it could also be your line angle. It'd be great to get a bit of feedback probably on that one as well whilst we're at it. Typically, so those last 3 there, you would say? That would be common, wouldn't it, Bernie? Right. I would say about right, yeah. Like an annoying right all the time, you know? I feel like something's going wrong for me to finish that far right. Yeah. Okay. And this one, I would say this wedge goes around 120, 22, 125, something like that.
Okay.
But
yeah, I mean, again, at the moment, as you're warming up, that last
Yeah.
one, for example, flew 105 through the air.
that flew 105, did it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Very nice.
Cool, I have that in the studio all the time. How far do you get your 7-iron? 150.
Let me just.
Actually, sir, no, you don't.
Yeah.
110, yeah.
And then the next question is if it's that's total rather than carry. So we'll just
correct,
work on carry.
yeah.
We'll just work on what we control, right?
So what are you just doing now? You're going to get my lie with this?
I'm just going to test your lie angle, just on your comment there of
finishing
finishing
right.
right. So just drawing a Sharpie line on the back of the
Okay.
ball there. So I've set that up as best as I can.
Yeah.
Clean club face, so go ahead for me.
Is that a special Sharpie or?
It's a Titleist Sharpie.
Oh, right. It wasn't, yeah.
Yeah, that would be a common miss for me, I suppose.
Let's have a quick look here.
Not sure we're getting much
See
of that.
we can,
Did I hit a groove?
There's maybe a faint line. We'll maybe go again.
Yeah. Quite toey, I think.
But then again, if you think about lie angle, and if that is the case where you feel like toe strike a little bit more, obviously if it is a little bit too flat and the toe is down,
Yeah.
this part is going to be presented to the golf ball, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
yeah.
if I'm too flat like this,
Yeah.
not only is my face pointing to the right because of the loft, but this is where I could be contacting
Yeah,
it. So
okay.
that could be
So
something we'll just make
changing lie angle can definitely help move strike around.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's a common question that we get a
Absolutely.
lot on these videos, that people do ask about the movement of strike location by changing lie angle.
Yeah, oh, definitely. And you know, referring back to golfers that come through the Titleist Performance Centre here at Woburn, you know, the tour level fitting experience, the tour players aren't, say, 2 degrees flat through the bag.
Okay.
They're adjusting each
Slightly.
club individually because
Yeah.
not everything is uniform as,
Yeah.
right, that's it across the bag, so we might alter one more than the other. Similarly, we might find that today with yourself through wedges and the rest of the bag.
Yeah.
There's literally no excuses for you not beating me anymore, is there?
No, there really isn't.
Sounds like a nice strike.
Yeah. Okay, I think we got a mark out of this one now.
So you can see there, basically, that line, bit more middled, wasn't it? And
Yeah,
again, we could
yeah,
hear
it was
that.
better
Okay, you could
strike.
hear it from how many grooves up. So 1, 2, 3, sort of 4 or 5 grooves up is where we're looking to strike
it.
the golf ball in the club
Yeah,
face.
okay.
And
I'd
not that we're necessarily trying to make this relative to ball flight, but if it typically was too flat, you'd see that line kind of a
Yeah.
bit more in this
and
fashion.
That's pretty neutral, that,
It is very neutral,
Yeah.
but I would be probably tempted to move it a degree more upright.
Okay.
Given that the miss is there, if you look at target, we've got what, 2, maybe 3 balls left
literally.
to target,
Yeah.
and we've got half a dozen right. So you would probably say, let's
Maneuvering it slightly might help a bit.
yeah. So let's just give that
A little tweak.
a quick tweak and see what. So let's go. Just go a little bit more. Okay, I felt like that was good. There we go. Just moved it where we started from 62 just to 63, so just a degree more upright for yourself. Still 1 degree flat to our,
Okay.
but oh, that's good there, Dan.
Better, isn't it?
Knocking pins out now.
Yeah, really nice.
Yeah, that's. And to be fair, looking down, I know it's only 1 degree, but
Yeah.
my eye can pick that up.
Sensitive to that, yeah.
Just
absolutely.
that. I mean, it's tiny, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it just, that face did want to really hug the surface a lot down on the toe end.
That sounded good there, Dan. Right on target.
Yeah, more like it.
So your average air is 123 through the air.
Okay.
What we'll do now, so your current 50, just hit a couple of that for me. Let's just get an idea.
So this is my older 50.
Yeah, and then we'll test
back
some
out.
new.
Yeah. SM7 50 degree. This is the 12 bounce. This is one of my older ones, which I took out some time ago.
.107.
107.
Yeah.
That's good.
Again, very consistent, isn't it?
Yeah. And I suppose that's the beauty of these wedges, isn't it? The specialist wedges, you don't get that hot one, do you? It's just...
No. But the other thing as well with wedges and wedge fitting is where we try and help people get the right bounce and the right grind, so you get the strike in the right place of the golf club.
Yeah.
So we want it lower in the club face, so we're going to perhaps launch it a little bit lower but with a lot more spin.
Yeah.
So if you look at some of the best players in the world, their wedges, they actually flight it quite low, but it's got a heap of spin on there.
Yeah.
Anything that kind of, if you don't have enough bounce and the leading edge kind of gets into the turf and you hit higher in the face,
Yeah.
you don't have much force or friction behind it, so
Okay.
it kind of pops up, but it probably is going to come up short, and it's certainly not going to have the spin that you get when you kind of hit it in the right part of the golf club.
Yeah. Okay, makes sense.
Which that seems to be working well for you.
Yeah.
So I think that little lie adjustment is similar to what we did with your pitching wedge.
Well, instantly there's a different flight there.
Yeah.
Different, like, you know, with both clubs. I don't feel like I've got to work the club too much to get it back. It's just straight at the target, you know.
Yeah. No, it seems to be working really well. Yeah, and I say I would suggest that bounce and that sole is working well for you as well through the turf, given the ball flight that we're seeing and the amount of spin. Let's check in on your 54, shall we, just to make sure.
Yeah.
So I mean, you're gapping there, you've got sort of a 14-yard gap. So we've got 122, we've got 108.
Yeah.
This club, what kind of shots are you hitting with this club? Is this full shots? Is this more around the green? Is this kind of...
I mean, ideally, I don't really want to hit it flat out all the time.
Sure.
It's more of a club that I'm pitching with a lot more.
Okay.
But because I've had that gap there,
Yeah,
I've
you've
had to
kind
lean
of-
on it.
Okay.
I've had to lean on it a lot to try and really work it. So I have put it through its paces. But I think this one probably should be about 95 yards, something like that. 95 to push into 100 on occasion.
Yeah.
Which then it gives me that.
Yeah, so you got what, 13-yard, 14-yard gap, 13-yard gap.
That's
so,
what I'm kind of looking
Which is kind
for.
of what we would look for in terms of the gapping.
Okay.
.97.
97.
Plenty of spin on that.
Yeah. And I think that number there is about right.
10,000 spin.
10,000?
Yeah.
Yeah. Slightly weaker? Nope.
98.
97, 98, yeah.
It just depends. It might have just caught a little downslope in the green there as a previous one.
I actually think it landed in the old pitch mark.
Might have,
A little longer?
It's a downslope, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Possibly flew a fraction.
102.
Yeah.
Very nice.
I'll be honest, I'm really happy with this. I don't
99.
feel like,
I just wanted to check in and just make sure that it was doing, giving you the confidence to know it's going 98 yards pretty much, I think, on average, 99 yards. So you know what your numbers are through your wedge setup there.
So having that 50-degree wedge is definitely getting sandwiching nicely in between the two of those,
Absolutely.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And then just those little tweaks, flat, making them a little bit more upright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just for your shot dispersion, you know, you want to be able
absolutely.
to aim at the flag and not worry about missing it right, for example.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay. Happy with that?
Yeah, absolutely.
I think that covers that, doesn't it?
Definitely, yeah.
That covers that.
Yeah.
So there you go, there's my little gapping with the 50-degree wedge, just sandwiching it right in between my 54 and pitching wedge there. Now, interesting to see that by moving the lie on those wedges, how I can start to move possibly my strike location just fractionally, and also get my direction just that little bit more precise. Obviously quite an important area of the game to get your wedges tight. So there's something there that hopefully you might be able to learn yourself and maybe dial something in with your own pro. Let me know though, put your comments down below. I'd like to hear what you think about that video. I'd like to hear what you think about the Performance Centre here at Woburn. Don't forget, if you are new to the channel and you like what you're seeing from our videos, hit that subscribe button and we'll see you all again very soon.